gummy bear.
It's the internet. You're busy. Let's do this for February 22nd, 2023. For the next hour or so, let me help you sort through the world of gaming on Game Mess Mornings Live with me, Jeff Grubb. Today, Nintendo has threatened us with one more trailer of Chris Pratt trying to sound like Mario. But first, please join me in welcoming today's co-host to Game Mess Mornings. It's Mike Minotti from GamesBeat. Mike, how are you doing?
Happy birthday, AJ. It's my brother's birthday.
Happy birthday, AJ. Wow,
Yes,
did he, was he doing anything special? He take today off from work or anything?
I don't think so.
No, he's a grown man. He just kind of...
He's a grown man.
Yeah.
You don't get, you gotta go to work. But we'll do something this weekend. You should come, but we'll see.
I'm planning to. I don't see any reason why I can't. So it'll be fun. Be a good time. I can pick up my glasses and my hair. I promise to forget my hair so you can keep it, Mike. I know how important it is to you.
I think I have one of your hats too, but yes, I still have your bag of hair.
That's possible.
And I don't know. It's starting to smell. So yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That'd be great.
Jesus, that sounds very ominous. I don't think hair is supposed to do that. Look at that big bag. That's right. I don't know. How are you doing, Mike? How are things going for you?
What if I said bad, huh? What would you do about it, huh?
We would deal with it. We would roll with it. I would try to figure out what we could do to help you.
Oh, things are good, so don't worry.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. You are you? I mean, we'll talk about it, but are you as worried as I am about this last Mario trailer? Trailer?
I didn't even know about this until 2 seconds ago.
Okay, awesome. I saw you make a face. Okay, all right. Well, then we should get into it. But before we do, let's explain what we do here. Most weekdays, I, Jeff Grubb, will help piece your gaming life back together. That includes breaking news and maybe even some of our own original reporting. For all these topics, I'll get the input of a bona fide expert who will make me look smart. If you are watching live on Twitch, welcome. You can always listen to the show later on podcast feeds by searching for Game Mess Mornings or find the RSS on giantbomb.com. You can also catch the show later with chapters and timestamps on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Okay, we have a lot to get into, so let's start the morning mess with... Nintendo is hosting another Direct next month. This comes from Alex Hopley at Game Reactor, and it is about the Mario trailer, and they very specifically said no game news. Nintendo Directs are some of the most anticipated events on the gaming calendar, often showing off some upcoming indie hits as well as whichever first-party games Nintendo has been working on. Nintendo Directs aren't events to miss out on. Now Nintendo has announced another Direct, which will be held on the 9th of March. This will be where we will see the final trailer for the upcoming Super Mario Brothers movie. However, apart from news dedicated to the film, we won't be seeing anything else. That means no game news, no update on potential new Mario hardware, which we'll get to in a second. This is on March 9th, the day before March 10th, which, as we all know, God dictated as Mario Day. So,
right.
What are your expectations here?
Why isn't it on March 10th? Then
I suppose it's on March 10th in Japan, but do they look at it that way?
Oh, it is in Japan. Okay, well, they should prioritize us.
That's what I clearly, yes. So, I mean, this means they can hit Mario Day in Japan, and it's still, the day before here, so I can roll into that.
Mario Day Eve is pretty much just as good as
that's true. So many families open their presents on Mario Day Eve, so
right. So that's fine. I guess I'm surprised that they're doing this much of a hullabaloo about it. Penny's upset too. I guess just release a trailer at this point. We really need a whole presentation about. There's got to be a little bit more. Are we getting some kind of weird Mario game shadow drop or something? Really nothing about games? It really is all this just to show a trailer again? I mean, are we going to get some weird behind the scenes footage too? Miyamoto walking around, Illumination, and then there's going to be a 2-minute clip of him opening the Hollywood version of Super Nintendo World. I don't know.
Probably.
It doesn't seem like this needs to get the whole direct treatment just to give us a trailer. But hey, there's name recognition there. A lot of people watch directs, so sure, I get it.
Right. I think that it is the kind of thing where when they started out planning the marketing for this, people a lot of people watch these directs. We should probably use that as part of the marketing for this movie. And Nintendo, I'm sure, at a certain point, just said, yeah, of course, that makes sense. Let's do that. They've done this a couple times now for the movie, right? Those previous trailer drops, at least some of them were were Nintendo Directs, and they always pair it up with no game news and a little bit of information like from behind the scenes or conversations with Miyamoto where he talks about, again, how cool Chris Pratt is over and over. So yeah, this is probably going to be that all over again. But this is the last trailer for this movie, which comes out then a month later, right? This is in March. We get the movie in April. Man, we're already 2 months away. So we're already less than 2 months away from this thing, right? Jeez.
Yeah, it's soon.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's like
real soon.
I don't know. I'm kind of I'm ready to go. I don't really need to see more, but marketing must continue. I get it.
What do you think the chances are that during this direct they announced that they're letting me out of Nintendo jail just in time for Zelda to come out?
I don't know. I think I was premature about my escape from Nintendo jail because I got excited because I got to go to a Kirby preview thing online, but I still didn't get a code. I'm still not to be trusted with Nintendo game codes because 2 years ago I said how many cat shines were in Bowser's Fury. I'm so glad they're called cat shines, so I get to say that. It makes it sound much better.
Yeah, it makes it sound much more absurd, which is what you want here in this situation. I mean, let's just get to this other story that pairs up with this. There is a rumor that a new red Super Mario themed Switch bundle is coming on Mario Day. This comes from My Nintendo News. Nintendo is apparently gearing up to release a new Nintendo Switch bundle on Mario Day, which takes place on March 10th. The bundle will include a red Nintendo Switch console, a digital code for the Sublime Super Mario Odyssey. It's just accurate. And will also include something related to the forthcoming The Super Mario Brothers movie, perhaps and then I didn't post the rest here, but basically we guess we could speculate as well. If this is real, there's no way this isn't at that direct, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be something else at the direct, and sure, this makes sense enough. Has there not been a Switch bundled with Mario Odyssey before?
I don't think so. I mean, they pretty much have just done Mario Kart 8 over and over and over again for years. And it's always like funny, like we get to the holidays, people start to speculate, well, this is the year they're going to do blank. And then it's like Nintendo's like, here's our holiday bundle, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe again. And it always sells. So what do we know? They will position some sort of gaming thing to synergize with the likely success of this movie. This does make a lot of sense. If it's not this, I can't remember who it was. Was it Sean that was speculating, our mod over on Game S, that they'll bring back, or I think it was AJ, right? It was AJ.
Yes, the birthday boy.
The birthday boy, AJ.
Wow.
Yeah, listen, the disrespect I just put on him. He speculated that they'll bring back Super Mario 3D All-Stars as like the thing. Oh, it's been gone for so long. It's in the vault. Well, we'll bring it back for the movie. I still really like that, but it does seem like this. The
problem there is I think I still see Super Mario 3D All-Stars at stores.
Yes, I do. I think I've seen it too. The last time I was at Best Buy, I think I saw it on a store end cap, or I'm sorry, an aisle end cap, and it was like, oh yeah, look at that thing. That thing's still there.
Still just there. Yeah, I guess if you're not gonna have a new game, and at this point, it certainly doesn't feel like we're gonna get some kind of surprise Mario game. Then a bundle will do enough. There are enough other Mario games on shelves, I guess, and a lot of them are still full price anyway. So people see the movie and get excited and go to the store. They'll find plenty of Mario games to buy. So I guess that'll be fine. But yeah, we really are in bundle territory now, huh?
Oh yeah.
We got this. We probably have that Zelda. We're probably still getting a Zelda Direct.
That Zelda's not going to be bundled with the game, though. That's going to be
sure. But I mean, bundles is the one I meant. I guess I meant special editions.
Special editions, yes. I mean, that's if they plan to sell a lot of Switches this year, it's going to be that, right? They're going to be really aiming to do what they always do with their handhelds, which is double dipping on people like me and saying, oh, I don't know how many 3DSs I got. I got the Mario and Luigi 3DS, and then I got the Majora's Mask 3DS, new 3DS. It was like, yeah, I kept getting because I want that design. And then they didn't even give us the faceplate version of the new 3DS, the smaller one, because they just were going to keep selling this as special editions. So if they're going to hit like anywhere near a 20 million consoles sold this year, it is going to be a lot of that. And having Mario Odyssey be one of them, and then another thing to go with Tears of the Kingdom, that could take them a long way towards that goal.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. It's funny that the system is getting so old, and we're back to Mario Odyssey and Zelda Breath of the Wild Part 2. More things change, but yeah, that'll buy them some time for another year here, and they could do another Pokemon bundle at some point. I don't know. And by bundle again, I mean special edition. Sure, that'll do it.
Yeah, some people mentioned that there was a bundle in 2018 that had Odyssey that came with red Joy-Cons. Maybe they're just reissuing that. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I had no memory of that. Look at that. This is a real thing, huh?
Yeah. What do you think the odds are that this is a special edition, as some people in chat are suggesting, of Super Mario Odyssey with Chris Pratt's face?
Chris Pratt. Wow, shame on you.
Yeah, definitely.
You're taking this beef with Chris Pratt too far now, Jeff.
Yes,
come on.
Everyone knows my MO is to just to take people's names and just reduce them to an insult. That's my favorite go-to. So Chris Pratt was on. Let's say his face and his voice are going to be in the game, right? They're going to completely replace Mario with Chris Pratt.
No.
Thank you for your input, Mike. Bungie wins $4.3 million $4.3 million in a case against the Destiny 2 cheat sellers. This comes from Stephen T. Wright at GameSpot. Cheating in multiplayer games ruins the experience for everyone, yet online cheat sellers always seem to find more customers, right? I think I would argue that cheaters never prosper, Mike. I can't believe you would take the other side of that argument.
Wow, you sound like a boring, lame, milquetoast boo-boo man.
I always, like Dan Reichert, I always obey the rules of man and laws and video games. And
yeah,
so,
Dan Reichert was going on about that. I feel like very recently he told me an elaborate story about how he lied until he got that jacket from that Japanese steakhouse by pretending to be a wrestler, but sure.
I will do my best to channel him. Show me the law. Show me the law. Show me the law.
Show me the law that says I can't lie to get a Ribera jacket in Japan.
Destiny 2 developer Bungie is the latest studio to take legal action against these sites, recently winning a $4.3 million award against purveyor Aim Junkies in arbitration. As reported by Torrent Freak, Aim Junkies and its parent company, Phoenix Digital Group, tried to argue that cheating isn't inherently illegal and that the copyright infringement claims were without merit. Man, it sounds like Dan is their lawyer. Though a judge sided with Aim Junkies in a May 2022 hearing, the recent arbitration case was a near total win for Bungie, resulting in the $4.3 million in damages and fees mentioned above. In that decision, Judge Ronald Cox sided with Bungie, asserting that I knew it. I was like, man, I'm like looking at the word, just waiting, and I'm like, I got a beat, and then of course.
Imagine you're there for something super serious, and you're waiting for your verdict to see if you're going to spend the rest of your life from jail, and they're like, all rise for Cox.
I saw where you're going with that. Like as soon as you started, oh boy, you nailed it.
All right, so what did Cox do about this?
Yeah, let's see. Cox sided with Bungie, asserting that Aim Junkies violated the DMCA in circumventing Destiny 2's anti-cheat measures. Developer James May, who created the software for Aim Junkies, provided testimony that proved crucial to the decision, stating that he reverse engineered the tools from Destiny 2 itself and bypassed several bans in order to continue his work. Bungie is currently involved in several ongoing legal cases just like this, including several against cheat sellers and one against a Destiny YouTuber who's accused of impersonating the company in order to send DMCA strikes to fellow content creators. This is like part of Bungie's recent strategy, which is let's take all these fuckers to court and see if we can, minimize the effect that they have by creating a lot of legal action. So far, it does seem like that is working for them. Although you got to wonder if this $4.3 million settlement, are they going to see any of that money? Is this going to be worth it for them financially? Maybe in the long run, by just discouraging people from doing these kinds of things, that'll work. But I don't know. What do you think?
It'd be weird if this doesn't discourage people, right? Like, I guess people are people. There's got to be
sometimes they can't see their own faults. Yeah,
there's got to be less cheating in Destiny 2 now than in other games of this type. If you can literally be like, well, they are taking people to court, and those people are losing millions of dollars. Maybe it's just not worth it to use an aimbot in a video game. But who knows?
Yes, yeah, exactly. Who knows? I think people in chat are asking why is Bungie the only company doing this? I mean, my guess would be a lot of other companies are afraid of looking like they are suing their players, right? Because gamers are so vocal and touchy, and if you cross a line without realizing that suddenly it's like, this is anti-consumer, and we're going to come after this company in every YouTube video you're going to watch for the rest of your life. So I think a lot of other companies are a little bit more, a little more afraid of trying this same strategy. Right. Although it doesn't seem like it's hurting Bungie.
has such a great connection with their fans, Jeff.
That's true. Yeah,
they can't risk losing.
So it's such a delicate, loving relationship there that they don't want to upset that balance. PlayStation has a 70% share of the global console market versus Xbox's 30%. Microsoft claims. This comes from Tom Ivan at VGC.
Is this Scott Steiner math?
Yeah, this is Scott Steiner. Let's just do it, because I mean this is a little confusing to me.
And then you add Nintendo to the mix, and your chances of winning drastically go down.
PlayStation knows they can't win because they look at me and they see a real man.
They're not even try.
Not even going to try. Not even going to try to beat me.
Joe.
Samoa Joe. Microsoft has presented research suggesting that Sony's PlayStation has a 70% share of the global console market versus Xbox's 30%. That research came from like IDG Group, which is a respected firm that tracks this stuff. But company president Brad Smith made the claim during a press conference on Tuesday after Microsoft presented arguments for why its proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard should be approved at a European Commission hearing. Think about the market in Europe, he said. It is a market where Sony has an 80% share, he said, and then globally it is about 70-30. In Japan, it is 96-4. And then he said
96 and 2/3 chance of winning. If we used to go one-on-one at Sacrifice.
It spells disaster for the video game market. These numbers have been remarkably steady for 2 decades. Even last year, when there were issues with Sony's supply chain, they came back strong. Okay, see, this is where I'm just a little bit confused, because remember when the FTC was like, we're not going to include Nintendo in anything, and Microsoft's, well, you got to include Nintendo. That's good for our case. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. But now they're standing in front of a bunch of reporters, like about to go speak to the European Commission. This is when this press conference happened, right before they were going to go have a conversation with the EC. And now they're like, let's just not count Nintendo because it'll make the numbers look even more drastic. Sony has a 90%
drastically go down.
A 96% share, which it does not have a 96% share of the market in Japan, just because you have to count Nintendo. So it's just weird. This just seems like them stepping on their own dick here. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, look, surprise. They are going to want to include Nintendo or not include Nintendo, depending on how it makes their current argument look. But it's ridiculous. Nintendo should, of course, always be included. Yes, you are in the same industry, the same market as Nintendo. I think that they have something to do with video games, Jeff.
Yeah, I get that if they are completely focusing on this through the lens of Call of Duty, a game not on Switch, then fair. But then it's like, why even? I mean, I guess Call of Duty does sell in Japan. It does sell in Japan, but it's like, it seems like not that important of a market for this argument. It's going
to be on Switch soon, Jeff.
That's true. Yes, we talked about that on the Bombcast yesterday. This is the deal was signed between Nintendo and Microsoft that if the deal closes to get Activision, that Call of Duty will be coming to the Switch. That's important because Call of Duty deal with Sony ends next year. This comes from Alex Hopley at Game Reactor. A deal which saw Sony users gain early access to Call of Duty content is set to come to an end next year, according to Microsoft President Brad Smith. This would leave Sony with only 2 more Call of Duty titles guaranteed to release on its platform. Recently, a deal was made between Microsoft and Nintendo to put Call of Duty on Nintendo platforms. A similar deal was allegedly offered to Sony as well, but so far no agreement has been reached. Smith believes the deal Microsoft has offered is as a much better one than the previous agreement between Sony and Activision Blizzard, but it seems that PlayStation platform owner isn't one for budging. So, that deal that got Sony, the exclusive content and early stuff and early marketing things is going to come to an end here pretty soon in the next couple of years. And one way that Sony could guarantee that they won't lose access to the game or at least to feature parity is to sign the deal, but they're still not doing that. NVIDIA also signed a deal with Microsoft yesterday, basically saying the same thing as the Nintendo deal. And very interesting in there, NVIDIA was like, this alleviates our concerns, like speaking directly to the regulators. It still feels like the regulators are not going to be biting on this. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the case is worsening and worsening. Like, what do the regulators want then, if not this? Is it really nothing going to make them happy except for splitting off Call of Duty into a separate thing that Microsoft won't own? Because then that really just sort of upends the deal in a lot of ways. It'll be interesting to see. Microsoft says that the deal's not really about Call of Duty. I wondered just how interested they really would be without it. Although, some of the actions
Brad Smith yesterday during all this stuff, he said if the Call of Duty isn't included, we're not going to do the deal. Like he flat out said that.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
Well, there you go then. So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised Sony's not budging, right? Because at this point they're in so deep, they may as well just keep going. And if somebody forces them to sign a deal, it'll be the best deal anyways, right? So
Right.
why should they come out now and be like, well, golly gee, all right, I guess we're in for it now.
I think Sony's probably taking a little bit of a gamble here, just a small one, because I think that if the deal does go through, it will almost certainly be with the regulators taking credit for this, the deals that Microsoft is offering everybody, and they will codify it in the concessions that Microsoft needs to make. So it'd be like, no matter who you like, no matter what, like Sony comes to you later, you have to give them this exact same deal. That's part of the concessions. And so it's like Sony, I think, knows that this deal is going to be on the table no matter what. So they can be, obstinate right now, and they could stand in the way and throw as many wrenches into the works because they think that deal is going to be there when the time comes, if they have to retreat and go back to that. So I think they're going to, I think you're right. They're just going to keep standing in the way because there's little chance that they won't get the option later to get 10 years of Call of Duty. Now, I mean, Microsoft could be petulant, but that would make them look really bad in front of regulators, and they really don't want to do that, even though, they already got the deal, right? They can walk away with it. Yeah, but this is going to ruin their reputation for future deals, and regulators can always step in later, even after a deal's been approved, that there's nothing, like those regulators are still the regulators of these industries, and can always then come and say, well, now you have to break up Call of Duty, even though that would be a wild step. That's something they still have the power to do, so Microsoft would probably still give the deal to Sony. 2 more years, that means whatever Call of Duty comes out this year does sound like it's going to be a real Call of Duty release, not just DLC, and then the Call of Duty next year. And then after that, who knows what the series is going to look like.
What is the Call of Duty this year?
So the rumor for a long time was nothing other than, nothing's overstating it. It was no actual new premium Call of Duty released in stores with, this is a new version of Call of Duty unrelated to last year's. It was going to be expanded DLC for Modern Warfare 2. Now it sounds like Sledgehammer has done a ton of work on it, and all the sports studios have built up enough content, including a single-player campaign, so that they can put out a full Call of Duty. So this is going to be the first year without a major Call of Duty release, and now it doesn't seem like that's the case anymore. It seems like they actually are going to release something, which Activision definitely needs. They're in a situation where if they don't have Call of Duty every year, their numbers are going to look real buck wild bad.
Yeah.
So even with the major DLC, I say that, and then I always look at like what Pokemon has done with DLC as opposed to having the tertiary version of a generation, and they've been fine. And Monster Hunter did the same, so maybe Call of Duty would be fine. But it seems like they make a lot of money by just putting a new $70 game on store shelves every year.
No, exactly. I mean, if you depend on that income every single year for what has been over a decade now, it's going to really mess up the books there if you suddenly don't have that, which is a pretty stupid reason to make art, supposedly, right? But hey, there it is.
Yep. Evo reveals its fighting roster for 2023. This comes from Liam.
It's Marvel, baby!
Liam Doolin at Nintendo Life. It's that time again when the Evolution Championship Fighting Series reveals its lineup for the new year. Games returning from last year include Guilty Gear Strive, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Tekken 7, King of Fighters 15, Melty Blood, Type Lumia, and Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is also rejoining the roster. So wins Marvel right now, baby. Capcom.
Sorry, that's so Pringles.
What's that? What does that mean?
You not seen the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 video with the commentator, and he's like, "It's Marvel, baby," and then he's like, "Where's your curly mustache at?" And he says, "It's so Pringles."
I do recall seeing this now, but
it's a whole thing.
Yes,
Chat knows what it is, and they're very appreciative of my incredible commentary and references.
And you have the best references. I always want to make sure I tell you that you have the best references.
They're gonna put that on my tombstone.
Mike Minotti, the best references. Capcom's new title, Street Fighter 6, will also be present. And if you're wondering about Smash Brothers, it's been out of the competition now since last year, with Nintendo choosing to take its own pathway. Winners of each game will win medals and trophies and get a share of at least a $25,000 prize pool. Not as much as that $1 million prize pool for Street Fighter 6 at the Capcom Cup X, but hey, this is Evo. It's kind of the way it's been. Although Sony does own Evo, you think they could beef those numbers up a little bit, right? But this
it's hard for Sony. You heard them, right? Like,
that's
they
right.
might not get Call of Duty soon. They really got to tighten those budgets.
They got to keep that money for the lawyers. In other tournament news, Nintendo earlier today announced a new partnership with Generation Esports, introducing a handful of Switch games, including Super Smash Brothers, to middle school esports leagues for this spring. So I'm going to watch that. I want to gamble on middle league sports, esports leagues. That's what I want to do. I think that'll be fun.
Are they going to broadcast that? Because that'd be great. They should like produce it like a reality show, like when they do those cooking shows, but with the kids instead, and then Gordon Ramsay has to be nice to a bunch of kids.
I hope so.
That, but with Miyamoto.
Yeah,
I would like that.
I would love that. Evo, I think August 4th, I think is when it starts. This is a pretty good lineup. I always do like it when Marvel's in it, even though, in my perception, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is like, completely dead. I'm sure that's not the case. That's never the case with a fighting game.
Well, I mean, and I bet they announce these things early so that people can kind of get back to it, right?
Yes. And yeah, I'm sure
people did play it at one point or another.
Right, and I'm sure this is, partially inspired by, Capcom saying, hey, we're supporting this, let's make it happen. But yeah, Street Fighter 6 will definitely be the marquee thing. I can't wait to see that, actually. I'm very excited about Street Fighter 6 and its competitive scene going through this year. I'm
super excited for it, and yeah, it'll be fun to watch that turn. There'll be a lot of people watching this just to see kind of, one of the first major Street Fighter 6 tournaments. But I love Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Not quite as much as I liked Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but I'll take it. I sure do hope that if Street Fighter 6 hits as well as we think it will, we get more fighting games from Capcom again besides just Street Fighter. Like, look, they don't need to have quite the production values of that, but also don't totally cheap out on it like you did with a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. But do a new Darkstalkers, do a new Rival Schools, and do Marvel vs. Capcom. That would be awesome.
Tekken 7, we knew Tekken 8 wouldn't be out in time. We've known that for a long time. But does that mean we probably don't get Tekken 8 until very late this year? It's supposed to come out this year, right? But it just wasn't before this. Or maybe I'm mixing that up. Actually, it probably wouldn't come out until around before EVO next year, right? Is that what you're expecting?
Tekken, I'm not expecting it to come out too close to
Tekken 8 is next year. That's right. Okay.
I wouldn't expect it to come out anywhere near Street Fighter 6. So,
right.
Next year makes more sense than it can kind of have its EVO moment then. I'd be surprised if it came out late next year. You would kind of
it'll be before EVO. Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
And then Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. We are still waiting to hear what NetherRealm's working on. You think there's any chance that this is the venue they choose to announce Mortal Kombat 12 or possibly Injustice 3?
You would think it is weird. I guess that's just games these days. And that's a good example of it. How they used to have a pretty good cadence over there at NetherRealm of Mortal Kombat Injustice, Mortal Kombat Injustice, and now it feels like it's been pretty long wait since Mortal Kombat 11, which was a giant hit.
To be fair, yes, exactly. It's made a lot of money. They could afford some time to let the dust settle around them at Discovery and whoever the hell owns them now. And so they're like, okay, well, let's just take our time. Let just keep cashing those Mortal Kombat 11 checks and then move on. I just will not be surprised at all if Mortal Kombat 12 does show up and is like a big announcement at EVO. That would be surprising.
That'd be cool.
That'd be very cool.
Smoke's back in it. I like Smoke. He hasn't been in one since I think 9.
What's the guy with the gun?
Striker.
Let's make it a Striker-based Mortal Kombat 12. Let's put him on the cover.
Yeah, Striker rules. He was also in 9. Yeah, I like Striker. For a cop, he's pretty cool.
Copy's pretty cool. That's the motto of this show. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Friends and Family Plan expands to 6 new countries. This comes from the Xbox Newswire. Beginning today, Xbox players in Chile, Hungary, Israel, New Zealand, South Africa, and Sweden will be able to join a plan that enables up to 5 friends and family members to share Game Pass Ultimate benefits. These countries will join the players participating in the plan in Colombia and Ireland. This plan makes it even easier to play the best Game Pass games with friends and family, blah, 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 blah. We've been waiting to hear about news about this family plan that has been in testing in Ireland and Colombia. I suppose we could call it testing because it's just 2 countries for a while now. People always ask, hey, when is it coming here? We've heard about this for a long time. It seems like they are going to slowly expand it. 6 new countries, still not the United States or Canada or, let's say, not the UK. Ireland, but not like Britain, not Japan. These things are mostly still just kind of, it seems like targeted countries. Do you think this is something that's going to... Do you think it's something that's going to ramp up quickly through this year and it will end up here like by E3 time?
I mean, I don't understand why it is a slow rollout. I understand why initially you have like 2 test markets, but look, either it's ready to go or it isn't. It's a feature. Just roll it out.
Yeah, and it's I get like the pricing is really aggressive. People are asking what it is. I guess we can just go over the details here. 25. It's those. So Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is $15 per month. You get Xbox Live, all the features and all that stuff for one individual. If you just go up to $25 per month or the equivalent in many of these countries, you will get you'll get access, and then you could share access with up to 4 other people who live in the same country as you. So 5 total people can get all of those same benefits for just $25. And it's like, again, a pretty aggressive deal, pretty good. But it's otherwise it's basically just Game Pass Ultimate. I do think that's the kind of thing where they're probably like just trying to figure out, is this something we need to be as aggressive with in our biggest markets? But as they add it to more countries, it's starting to look weird that it's not in the United States at the very least, right?
No, it is weird, right? Exactly. Yeah. Do you have much interest in the family plan? You know me, I'm batching it up over here, so I'm pretty good. But
yeah,
what about you?
I a little bit. It's the kind of thing where Game Pass Ultimate is just expensive enough that I would be like, well, yeah, maybe I could like spread that money around. Now, I almost certainly what would end up happening is, and I think this is what Microsoft expects to happen in a lot of cases, is there is someone they already have in Game Pass Ultimate at $15 per month, and that person might be evangelizing Game Pass Ultimate to their friends, and maybe they've convinced a few of them, but what if we just made it easier for them and made that person who is the most passionate about it spend more money? So it's like you just spend $25 per month, and then if you want, go track down that money from your friends and just get, $5 a month from them or whatever, and then they could be like, oh, or what is likely to happen is you say that, you pretend what you're going to do is, I'm going to go get $5 a month for you, and then you get sick of chasing these people down, and you just end up paying for it yourself because, again, you were the person that was most passionate about it. I think Microsoft sees it that way, like we're going to get more money from that certain person that is already paying, and in the meantime, they're going to do our marketing for us. And then if, down the line, if people want to add more people, well, those people are now already in Game Pass Ultimate. If they want to get their own plan, they'll do it down the line. We just need to get more people in there. I probably won't do it right away. I might look around and see, because I know that's how it'll go, where I will imagine myself saving money and actually I'll just end up spending more money, and no thank you. Minecraft reveals Mega Man X DLC. This comes from Nintendo Everything. Another collaboration has just landed in Minecraft as players can get their hands on brand new DLC based on Mega Man X. The world of Mega Man X has been recreated, complete with the official soundtrack and 14 classic skins from the series. Players can use the Blue Bomber's arsenal of 9 weapons to fight an army of Mavericks as they make their way through iconic levels and defeat epic bosses. Minecraft is available on Switch as a physical and digital release. Again, blah, blah, blah. This looks pretty cool. I was going to try to bring this up here. Mike, you know you're a Mega Man X guy. Is this going to be enough to get you into Minecraft finally?
Man, I haven't played Minecraft in such a ridiculously long time. It may have been alpha when I played Minecraft, to be honest. I think it was like Java or something back when I played it. Oh, but you know me, I love Mega Man. Mega Man X is one of the greats, and it really is specifically aping some Mega Man X1 vibes. Oh, that looks very good. I didn't see Boomer Kawenger in there, but that's okay. Oh,
I know how much you need Boomer Kawenger whenever Mega Man X comes
up. It's just a fun name to say.
Absolutely.
Wow, look at this. This actually looks amazing. Yep. Oh, I absolutely.
These Minecraft skin packs are actually always really, really well done. I mean, for as much as if you have the Java version and going out online and getting skins for free is a thing people have done for years and years and years, and there's a ton of great work done there. Whenever Mojang actually puts together a skin pack, it always feels like something that's done with a lot of love and care.
Oh my god, this is incredible. You know what I love about this too is like I could totally just get my nieces now to like I could trick them into playing Mega Man, which is great.
There it is.
Yeah, it's been so long since we've had real Mega Man X content. It's just been collections for decades now. I mean, Mega Man X8 came out forever ago. Mega Man X8 was a PlayStation 2 game, right? So yeah, It's been a long time since anything new in the Mega Man X front. Part of me wants to hope that this means maybe more Mega Man X stuff is coming. It's probably being optimistic. But this looks really rad. I know people there's like a Sonic pack from Minecraft that actually was just, it's not just skins. Here's like a Sonic game inside Minecraft.
I think that's what this is. So
yeah, that's exactly what this is.
Yeah, 14 classic skins, but then players can use the Blue Bomber's arsenal of 9 weapons to fight an army of Mavericks. Yeah, they basically have just made Mega Man X levels in Minecraft. It's impressive. It's full on DLC.
Woo, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to try this. I think I'm absolutely gonna have to get this, maybe stream it, maybe make some content. Maybe we should do a Mega Man X Minecraft quick look even. I don't know. I'm
I like
excited
it.
now.
Yeah, that sounds good. This is also probably pretty good marketing for the Mega Man X Legacy 1 and 2 collections, although Minecraft fans probably like, no, I'm just going to keep playing Minecraft. Evo, oh no, I already read that one. Let's see. Elden Ring has sold 20 million copies worldwide. This is just a quick one. Kind of a big mile marker there for Elden Ring. FromSoft put out a press release basically just saying, hey, we've hit 20 million units sold worldwide. That's what, right? Like just under a year or around a year exactly?
It came out in March, right?
Came out in March. That's what I was thinking. So that 20 million units sold in a year is just a huge number. Honestly, I mean, now the Switch it took a long time for the Switch to build up an install base. But, you know, Zelda Breath of the Wild took a lot longer than that to hit 20 million. Now it's about to hit 30 million. Elden Ring's just going to keep selling, right? We're only a year into it. It is probably going to get to 25 million at least probably here in the next couple of years, right?
Yeah, I feel like Red Dead Redemption 2 might be like a decent comparison. And that has like, you know, all the Rockstar energy, which is kind of a bit different. But that one hit 40 million kind of, you know, some years after its release. I don't know if this will get there, but it could if it has legs. It's going to have legs, I guess, you know, just how long will they be? Maybe it depends on, you know, what DLC does actually look like. We still haven't really heard anything about that outside of that one arena thing that they released. Yep. And, you know, how long is it going to be before we just hear about Elden Ring 2? And will that boost sales or will it kind of quiet things while people just wait for the sequel?
Right, and I think that they are in a good position to really get people very excited again once we really start getting that DLC. It is a bit strange, right, that they haven't announced DLC. But I suppose when it is selling the way it's selling, you could take your time and really work on that, and then use that to reignite the excitement. And we do know, you know, E3 is happening. I think Bandai Namco is supposed to be there. I'm trying to remember. I have a list of companies that I've heard are going to be there. But if they're not, they probably will be at Summer Game Fest. And they originally announced the game, or really, you know, brought the game back out with Jeff Keighley. They might do that again and just start the thing all over again. I think by this holiday, still though, we have DLC for Elden Ring, right?
You would hope so. I mean, I'm a little surprised it's taken quote unquote this long. But granted, there was a lot of time spent just sort of polishing up the main game when it was this mega giant hit. And there has been, you know, updates and that arena thing. So yeah, but I wonder just what exactly is that going to look like? How extensive is it going to be? Because you know, sometimes these FromSoft games get pretty extensive DLC, right?
Yes, yeah. There's you know, Sons of the. It's not Sons of the Solar Empire. It's a whole other game, but whatever that one is.
That's Sins of the Solar Empire.
Yeah, Sins. Yeah, was it Scholar Sons? I can't remember. But yes, that's those games have gotten major DLC to the point where, you know, afterwards, if you buy the game, you just want to get that full pack, and they can put a new version of Elden Ring on store shelves, and that's what they'll do here.
Complete edition. The Eldest Ring.
I said Namkai Bando.
I did that before. If someone made fun of me, that's funny.
Yeah, and listen, you're a disease and you're spreading, Mike. I've caught it. I've caught the Mike disease.
You probably got it. No, that would make sense. You probably caught it from there. I have your hair.
Yes, right. Oh, maybe I'm the vector point. Yeah, maybe you got it from my hair.
Yeah. Maybe I'm catching your stupid. You ever think about that?
No, I don't, because that'd be too smart for me to think about. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe reviews are out. Its Metacritic is sitting at about an 80 when I put all these together. No idea where it's probably still right around there. Nintendo Life gave it a 9 out of 10. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe is a fantastic remake of one of our favorite Kirby adventures with slick new visuals, some meaningful gameplay tweaks, and 2 excellent new modes to dig into. This is a big, loud, and colorful celebration of all things Kirby that should delight new and returning players alike. Magalore's epilogue is a surprisingly chunky addition to the core action that gives the campaign a nice boost, whilst Merry Magoland ensures that you and your pals are kept busy.
Game collection.
What's that? It's a minigame collection?
Okay. Minigame collection there, yeah. Merry Magoland. Yeah.
It has plenty of minigames, missions, and online challenges to best once you're done with the main story mode. It's another win for everyone's favorite pink puffball. Destructoid gave it a 9 out of 10. If you remotely like Kirby and haven't picked up any series entries up in a while, it's hard to go wrong with this one. And then IGN gave it a 7 out of 10, which they say is good. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe takes a fun but straightforward Wii platformer, freshens it up visually, and adds a new mini adventure to pad out its otherwise relatively short campaign. Kirby's journey across Planet Popstar starts as a slow, overly easy drudge, but once the difficulty picks up and the stages become more creative, this platformer shines through to its over-the-top conclusion. I have played that demo a lot because of my kids, and I now fully understand who Magalore is, which is a fun thing. I'm excited about this one, Mike, but I didn't get a code, so I will be purchasing this whenever it comes out. What, 2 days? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
There's so much stuff to play on Switch right now, but yeah, I mean, I've been looking forward to this. I actually missed Return to Dreamland back when it came out on the Wii.
Same.
There's a lot of games I should have played on Wii that I just didn't because I was kind of like sick of my Wii, and I think I was a little sick of Nintendo suddenly just not that 2D games are worse than 3D games, of course. It was just weird in the Wii where anything that wasn't Mario or Zelda was suddenly a 2D franchise again, like Kirby, like Donkey Kong, like Wario. It almost felt like they got unambitious again. But this is supposed to be a good one. This is basically what reinvented the franchise, and Kirby Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot, which are great games on 3DS. They're basically using this engine. And this one always kind of sounded like the better 4-player co-op Kirby game compared to Star Allies, which was really, Kirby, of course, is always meant for a younger audience. Star Allies straight up felt like it was for babies. It was just really, really, really simple.
I can tell you that the babies enjoy Star Allies quite a bit. So yes,
they're the target demographics. So yeah, there you go. It's working.
Yeah.
This game looks a little weird. I don't like the odd cell shading just on the characters, and then
they have an outline. The original version did not have that outline, which someone pointed this out. It reminds me a lot of DS games. A lot of DS games had outlines on every character, and now this game on the Switch does. I think I'm okay with it. I think I even like it, but I definitely
like it.
Yeah, I think I like it, but I think it is visually it's really trying to stand out, and I could see that turning some people off for sure. But I don't know. I think I like the way it looks.
This is even more nitpicky, but I still don't get the King DDD redesign that we got in Forgotten Land, and it's still here. He looks like a doofus, and I guess he should be a doofus. I don't know. That version of him that exists.
Yeah, you need your really serious, your grimdark King DDD.
He looks so good in Smash Brothers. That's the perfect render for that character. Now he just, I don't know, something's off. I'm not even sure exactly what it is. I think it's the really small beak, and it's his face is smaller, but his head is bigger. I don't know. I don't like the way that he. Right. Yeah, look at the second one. The first one there.
That's
right?
That's the old design, right? With the wide beak. And then the second one is he's got the thinner beak. Yeah,
he looks pretty stupid, Jeff.
I like it. I think he looks cuter.
Oh, cuter! Oh my God, no! It looks way worse. He looks confused about it. What is that pose?
This is what you want right here. This muscular King DD with the strong chin. Yeah.
Yes, that's very good. That looks that's like Hot Squidward or something.
Yes,
right?
Hot Squidward version of King DD. Okay, let's see. I brought this up for another reason. We have a poll.
You got to be careful just Google imaging video game characters like this.
Hey, listen, the internet is always on safe search when it comes to me. They know what to serve me every time, which is King DD fully nude and buff. Are you proud of Blizzard's executives? This is the poll I asked at some point in the past. We had a bunch of days off, and 9.7% of people said yes.
Do you think those people are actually proud? Do you think they're just, being a silly?
I think they are likely paid shills for Activision Blizzard executives. No, they're probably being silly. 90.3% said no. This was, of course, in reference to Mike Ibarra hosting that disastrous meeting with employees regarding all the changes or whatever that they're doing at Activision, or I'm sorry, at Blizzard. And then Blizzard come out and saying, we're proud of Mike Ibarra and his leadership. And I wanted to know if everyone else shared that opinion. It seems like most people do not.
You see, Mikey was just trying to tweet like normal, even teasing something. It's like a picture of a book and a key. And he did the "What's this" emoji. Everyone's just pay your employees better. I guess he's just gonna keep going, acting like that didn't happen. I guess. All right.
Yeah, it's pretty something I'm not particularly proud of when I see him tweet like that. All right, let's see. I'll come up with a new poll. In the meantime, though, Mike, why don't you tell people where they can find you, what you got going on, things like that.
Yeah, gamesbeat.com. I'm managing editor there, so go to GamesBeat. Check out all the stuff that Dean, Jordan, and Rachel are writing over there. It's good stuff. Jeff and I do Last Nintendogs on Tuesday, so our new episode is up. We're also doing Game S Decides tomorrow evening. I recently did a video too for that channel, Jeff, for the Game Mesh
Yes.
channel, where I ranked all of the video game consoles, which well, all of them's a lot. All of the major ones as decided by me, who's always right. So I had a fun time doing that. So you can check that video out on Jeff Grubb's Game Mess. And yeah, 90s Disney is my Disney podcast. That's at 90sdisney.com. So there you go. I hear you typing away pretty furiously.
Yeah, you can
Jeff.
hear.
What's the
They
new
can't
poll?
hear it. I can give everyone.
Well, I'm not complaining. I'm just excited. I just want to know. What
Yeah,
the
it's
poll
okay.
is.
So I said, despite what it said, will Nintendo have a shadow drop of a Mario Switch bundle at the next Direct? And then Game S Mornings, yes, no. Now everyone can hear me typing a little bit.
So.
Maybe so. And we will discuss this on the show tomorrow with Jan, possibly. Jan might also be out on assignment, though, so we'll see. I'll have to get Jordan Midler, I guess. I don't know. We'll get someone in. I know he's busy starting his own news podcast, but maybe I'll get him in here.
Oh, he's an enemy now.
Yeah, that's right. Enemy number one.
Yeah.
All right. Mike, that was a good show. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today talking about video games. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, I'm going to be on some stuff tomorrow. I hope people don't get sick of me, but we got Flight Club tomorrow, and I'm going to be on the voicemail dump truck tomorrow.
That's right.
That's
yeah.
my first time on there.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you on there. You'll be on there with, let's see, Snowbike Mike and Dan Reichert.
Mike.
And I'll be on there too. And again, if anyone wants to call in, some good questions there.
I know that's supposed to be about food crimes, and like I'm supposed to be on equal footing with Dan. To be clear, I'm still not over Dan Reichert thinking that veal was baby seal, and his only excuse is that they rhymed.
I mean, you should not get over that. I feel like we as a society should never get over that. I'm never going to get over it, Mike. So, I mean, you're right. You are afraid of apples. He thinks the veal is baby seal. It's not.
You say these things out loud. Yeah,
it's not the same.
Equal. We are not the same.
But
Yeah,
it's
not as bad.
it is all worth talking about. We will have conversations about this, I'm sure. I'm excited to see what happens when we throw the wrench of Snowbike Mike into the situation and just see, because I have no idea what he's going to say, but apparently he also has a baby mouth, so we'll get into it.
Good. Yeah, I haven't really met Snowbike Mike, but he makes good stuff.
Up today on Giant Bomb, we have things happening. I think I'm going to be doing an Atomic Heart quick look. That'll get up on the site when we can. Then Grubber Lang at 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll be doing Grubber Lang. Look out for that. And then also we have a new series starting on Monday. Play It Forward. We're recording a bunch of episodes actually up front, but we'll be look out for that on Monday. It's where we're playing Alpha Protocol and we're passing the baton of who's playing each time, so that we can make a lot of weird decisions and then stick the next player with that. And I don't know. Looking forward to it. I have not seen anything from it yet.
You got to keep talking about how that's the first game preview we went to with each other. Was for that game.
We were at PAX East and we went to a little side room there in the hall, and it was for Alpha Protocol, and that was our first time doing games journalism next to each other.
Right, and I remember I was really impressed with you because there's that awkward point where you're like, any questions? And you actually had a question. I don't think it was a good one, but you had a question.
No, definitely not. I felt bad for them, right? Like, you could tell that. Like, I was like just asking a question to make sure that there wasn't that awkward silence. Mike, that's my entire thing. Is like, oh man, I guess I'm going to be the person who's going to ask a question then.
I was just going to live in that awkward silence. I was going to embrace it, but
no, I'm going to relieve everybody here and put a little bit of social lubrication on this situation.
You're always relieving and lubricating things, and I appreciate that about you.
Yep, thank you. That's my thing. That's on my OnlyFans, everybody, so check that out. All right, thank you everybody for watching. You're the best audience in gaming. Until next time, have a good one. Take care of yourself, and goodbye.
Bye.